Yeah, get this shit off the layout. In today's video, we are going to be taking a look at a motorized pack, one from 2021. Now, I believe this is what people call Trackmaster 2. Here we have the date 2021 on the bottom. This is the Thomas and Terence pack, inspired by the episode Terence Breaks the Ice. So without further ado, let's get this Thomas and Terence and freight car out of the box so we can review it. So here we are up on the table, and real quick I'll just show you guys, this is brand new in the box. As you can see, it is tape sealed on both sides. It's never been opened. This was being sold for $6.30. I'm not sure where, but that's a very good price. I'm sure it was discounted at the time. And then on the back of the box we have Percy, James, and Nia, and these engines look really rough and really bad. Let's just say it how it is. They really don't look good at all. And I did not collect any motorized merchandise back in 2021, so I'm guessing this is just a sneak peek of what it was like, and I'm very glad I did not collect any back then, judging by the looks of those engines. So let's get Thomas out of the box. Okay, so I cut the tape and opened the box. I'm guessing Thomas just comes out, and he does just like this, but we do have this classic plastic packaging, so I will have to make another cut, and then I'll come back when Thomas is actually out of the box. Okay, so I've got everything out of the box, and why don't we just start with Thomas, because Thomas is legitimately terrible. I know I was basically going off of a promotional image, almost a CGI render of this pack, but this Thomas looks way worse than I thought it would. And whoever defends this line of Trackmaster, that is a joke. This is a terrible product. We'll get to Terence in the freight car, but Thomas itself is a terrible product. As you can see, the sticker of the front cab windows and the whistle is very sloppily put on. It's not even lined up. And then the face itself is just horrific. The white in the eyes are barely colored in. This does not look like Thomas at all. The front running board is completely red. The buffers are not colored in. The lamp is just left red with zero detail. The middle wheel is either a sticker or painted on. That's a joke. Not to mention this Thomas is incredibly light. Like, there's legitimately no weight to him. I know I don't have a battery in him, but the engine itself feels like terrible quality. That's because this Thomas is terrible quality. And as you can see, there is such a gap between the front buffers and then where his wheels start. The one positive is that the switch to turn Thomas on and off is nice and small, so that is not distracting. Some of the basic detailing is there that we would expect to see on a Thomas. Ultimately, a disappointment, a letdown, really a joke of a Thomas. Not a good job by Fisher-Price. So now let's take a look at Terence, probably the only saving grace about this pack. Before we get to Terence, let's just quickly go over the freight car. It's very simple, very clean. It does kind of look pretty cheap, but that's what we expect from Mattel and Fisher-Price. I mean, this truck gets the job done. That's about all we can say about that piece. Now moving on to Terence. First off, he does move by the four wheels on the bottom, so he does go along flawlessly. Then we do have a coupling on the back that I'm guessing you could also hook up this freight car to with the Christmas tree on it. He doesn't look bad at all. We do have the same coloring issues with the eyes, so that is pretty disappointing. It just makes these engines and models come off as such low quality, and even a kid is going to notice that the eyes aren't really colored in very nice. I like that they didn't make him too tall or too long. I think the face is pretty good. Just the eyes are disappointing. And now let's take a look at the last item of this pack. So here we have the red freight car with the Christmas tree. This just comes right out. Let's stand that up over there. Again, this is just simple. It's meant to do one thing, just hold the Christmas tree. Any problems I have with this pack is not really going to be with the two freight cars. Taking a quick look at this Christmas tree, it's pretty simple. It honestly looks much higher quality compared to the rest of the pack, such as this Thomas. A nice simple piece. So you know what, just for fun, let's get this Terence out of here, this freight car out of here, and let's bring in the Tommy Thomas. Now, I don't care what anyone says, this Tommy Thomas in this range is going to beat out any other Trackmaster range that was made before Mattel took over, after Mattel took over. This is still going to be king, even with the 2025 line coming out. This is always better, always has been better. The quality lasts for a lifetime, literally. And even just seeing these two engines side by side, you can kind of just notice the drop in quality throughout the years. So here we have this Thomas. Looks incredibly ugly, cheap. Let's be honest, it looks like ass. Then we have this Thomas over here. It just looks better. The face is so classic, so iconic. It's timeless. The stickers are actually put on very nicely. As you can see, it's got much better detailing on the side of Thomas, whether it's his lining or his cab detailing. Spin Thomas around, same thing on the other side. And another thing we'll notice is that Thomas has yellow paint lining his cab windows, whereas Thomas from Mattel in 2021 just has it painted right on. So I feel like this Tomy Thomas is just unbeaten. The detailing is just on another level, just much higher quality. So without further ado, let's get this brand new 2021 piece of ass going on this Tomy set layout. And you know what I just noticed? Do you see this crack on the side of Thomas? This thing really is a piece of shit. Let's just call it what it is. This thing is terrible. Mattel has done a terrible job with the Thomas & Friends merchandise lines. I am so glad I didn't collect this garbage back in the day. And if I did, I just would have been probably the only one exposing it for how terrible it is. This item is a piece of shit. So here we are on the Thomas medium sets. Absolutely gorgeous. And yeah, it's like the 2025 line is producing sets like this. Yeah, no, get the fuck out of here. Nothing, and I mean nothing, is going to beat out classic merchandise like this. All right, and so here to the right, we have this piece of shit. And by the way, who wants me to hit this Thomas with a baseball bat? Because right now, I really want to. This Thomas is so ugly. Look at that face. That is unbelievable. How did they release that shit? Real quick, I just had to run this Tomy Thomas to keep my sanity. And by the way, just another look at this amazing set. Take a look at the box here. I already did a review on this set, so go and check that video out on my channel. Here we have Thomas passing by Wellsworth Station, going over the bridge. I love that accessory. And so now it's time to start the 2021 Thomas. Oh, geez. Oh, geez. Oh, geez. What a piece of shit. Look at this thing. It failed getting over the bridge. That's it. That's over. Review's done. This is awful. Don't buy this garbage. It actually can't get over the bridge because it doesn't weigh anything. This is laughable. It doesn't weigh anything. There's not enough weight to push the wheel back down. Yeah, for anyone giving Trackmaster 2, or whatever the fuck you call it, any praise, you're looking like a massive clown right now. As we can see, Tomy will reign as the king. Always will be the king. There we go. It still can't get over the bridge. What a piece of shit. Let's give it another push. There we go. This thing is struggling right now. Struggling. What a piece of junk. What is going on? What is going on? It's meant for that gray track. That crappy-ass Trackmaster 2 track, huh? Yeah, get this shit off the layout. This Thomas has failed me for the last time. All right? We're hitting that thing with a baseball bat soon. You can count on that. And I don't want to hear anything about, oh, it's the blue track. It's supposed to be on the gray track. We don't care. That's a piece of shit. You're not changing my mind. There we go. Now we have an actual train here. So we have the Tomy Thomas pulling the 2021 Terence and Christmas tree. Honestly, looks really nice, this Terence on the freight car. I'm not going to lie. So overall, yes, it is pathetic of how bad that 2021 Thomas is. Mattel and Fisher-Price's merchandise being whopping loads of pieces of shit. What else is new? But I am glad that I got this Terence and the two freight cars with the Christmas tree. I think it does look very nice. So this is functioning as a very nice set. So we can either have Thomas pull Annie and Clarabelle around, have a stop at Wellsworth Station, or he can pull Terence around on this flatbed, this freight car. Terence can get out, collect a Christmas tree on this freight car, maybe reenact a scene or two from Terence Breaks the Ice. So overall, I am glad I got this pack only because of the Terence and freight car. I do have the packaging. I did make a review on it, so it's worth it in my eyes. But this Thomas, an absolute piece of junk. I will be hitting it with a baseball bat sooner or later. That'll be a fun video to do. But I hope you guys enjoyed this review. Do not buy that pack unless you are me and only want to review it and want the Terence. Otherwise, don't buy it. That Thomas is a piece of shit. Fisher-Price's merchandise is garbage. And yeah, Tommy is king.